After that first strike happened, we saw 4 very young children running away from the point of impact on a completely empty beach, so very clearly visible from a distance. And that's when there was a second strike that obviously hit the other children, so leaving 4 children dead.
Tyler Hicks, the New York Times reporter who witnessed the 4 children before and during the fatal shelling, said, "There is no safe place in Gaza right now. Bombs can land at any time, anywhere. A small metal shack with no electricity or running water on a jetty in the blazing seaside sun does not seem like the kind of place frequented by Hamas militants, the Israeli Defense Forces' intended targets. Children, maybe 4 feet tall, dressed in summer clothes, running from an explosion, don't fit the description of Hamas fighters either." Within a day of the atrocity, social media pulsed with thoughts and sympathies for the children. And a year has passed, and as with most news stories, the world moved on, and the heartbreaking story of the 4 boys faded, marginalized as an archived news article, soon to be forgotten. Last month, Israel announced it would not take any legal action against those who were involved in the killing of the 4 Gazan children. And last week, President Obama signed a law that combats the growing boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement directed against Israel. Is there anything we can do, or must we accept the atrocities, silently, immobile? The boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement may be an option worth pursuing. With AIPAC working furiously behind the scenes on the recent anti-BDS trade bill, with Benjamin Netanyahu mentioning BDS no less than 18 times at the 2014 AIPAC convention.
So you see, attempts to boycott, divest, and sanction Israel, the most threatened democracy on earth, are simply the latest chapter in the long and dark history of anti-Semitism. Those who wear the BDS label should be treated exactly as we treat any anti-Semite or bigot. They should be exposed and condemned. The boycotters should be boycotted.
And with Hillary Clinton saying recently that BDS is not a path to peace, it appears that BDS is a movement that has the State of Israel and its allies worried. But what is BDS? The Palestinian civil society-led BDS movement started in 2005. Inspired by the divestment movement that helped topple the apartheid regime of South Africa, the goal of BDS is to challenge Israel's impunity through economic, academic, and cultural boycotts. Initially, the Israeli government deemed BDS insignificant, but within the last few years, BDS has gained substantial traction, and it is now considered one of the most pressing challenges to the Israeli government. Some of BDS's recent successes include the grassroots passing of divestment bills across U.S. college campuses, to include Loyola, Wesleyan, Oberlin, DePaul University, Evergreen, University of Toledo, Stanford, and the University of California, campuses at Berkeley, Davis, Irvine, Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Diego. The Presbyterian Church USA is divesting from Caterpillar, Hewlett-Packard, and Motorola Solutions for selling products which promote violence within the Palestinian territories. Musician Lauryn Hill recently canceled her performance in Israel, and the world's most famous scientist, Stephen Hawking, refused to attend an Israeli conference due to the request from Palestinian academics. So how effective can the BDS movement become in bringing about change in the Israel-Palestine dialectic? The RAND Corporation, a U.S. think tank, estimates that the BDS movement has the potential to cost Israel's economy $47 billion over 10 years. Should we all choose to exercise this power, we may see what change $50 billion can make. And if not, well, we'll proceed on the well-trodden path of despair and hopelessness, where we watch from the sidelines and cry and complain, and then in the face of our powerlessness, forget again. Omar Barghouti, a co-founder of BDS, said, "We are winning the battles for hearts and minds across the world, despite Israel's still hegemonic influence among governments in the US and Europe."
I was enormously grateful for the response from Palestinians in particular, for doing what seemed to me an ordinary thing, something we do all the time, show regular people doing everyday things, cooking and enjoying meals, playing with their children, talking about their lives, their hopes, and dreams. It is a measure, I guess, of how twisted and shallow our depiction of a people is, that these images come as a shock to so many. The world has visited many terrible things on the Palestinian people, none more shameful than robbing them of their basic humanity. People are not statistics. That is all we attempted to show.
Keep a lookout for the soon-to-be-released BDS phone app and learn more about the BDS movement from www.bdsmovement.net. For more works like this, support IBN and subscribe now.